Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome back. I've come on today. I've been playing with one of my new sets with stamps and dies all together in a set. I will show you it, but I have actually made something different to what they're actually supposed to be used for. Let me show you quickly. It creates a kind of a little box that you can put onto a backing. Sorry about the rustling. You've got this basically. It cuts out this shape here, obviously, and then you've got flaps and things here to turn over and make it into a little box shape to stick onto a backing, to put bits and pieces inside. I didn't use it for that. I created an actual box with it. It also comes with this little set here. So you've got the die there, okay, and you've got the stamp there that goes with the die. Let's just put these out of the way before they get lost. You've also got the cutting bits that go with this. So once you've cut that out of your card and made the box, you've got these that actually sit inside to make your paper to go on top, your designer paper to go on the top. It doesn't come with just that one, it comes with this as well. There's not actually any tabs on the sides of these ones, so I suppose you could use them as cards and things, but there's several different ones in there. There's hello, memories, recipes, etc. And I have just been playing with this and sort of stamping out some recipe cards. So anyway, that is the set. Absolutely lovely. If you're interested in it, guys, I will try and find it. It was on AliExpress. I will try and find it and I will leave the link to it down below. So instead of making what it was intended for, I created this instead. Sorry, I keep going off to that side and the camera's over this side and it's all kind of back to front, a new camera. I'm trying to get used to it. So this is what I made. As you can see, it cuts out these pieces here, and then you've got the little tabs inside which you can use for sticking. I cut mine down because I didn't need all of the tabs that are on there to make this box. I made the two side pieces. I just measured the height of the template and then cut the two side pieces. The back was cut in the same piece, and then I made two pieces inside as well to go in as compartments. And then this is what the other die creates. It's little name, address, phone, email, cards. You use the die to cut these out and then you stamp that on the top. I would advise to cut first, stamp after, because you can't actually see with this die. It doesn't leave enough room around the stamp. So don't stamp first and then try and cut, because it would be very difficult. So I've cut quite a few of them out, put them in each section. I probably will do more, but I kind of got bored with doing them. So yeah, and then I've just put the designer paper on the front. I used a little die to cut this swirly bit out and then made the flower to go on the front. I think they're very cute. I will be playing around with it a bit more. This was my first attempt at doing this, but obviously, as I said, I didn't use it for what it was intended for originally. I wanted to create this box with it, so that was the first one I made, and I want to make one with you guys today just so you can see my idea. So what I've done is I cut out a base to the size I think I'm going to need. This is what is cut out from the die. It has extra flaps on the end of each side, so you've got that flap there, and then you have another one which is supposed to stick around to go onto the backing originally, but I cut those off and then just cut the corners of these off, just so I've got the one flap on the sides and on the bottom, not two. I've marked on the back of these as well a very, very faint line. I don't think you'll probably see them. Oh, there you go. So I know where to put the ones on the inside. So what I'm going to do, and I cut out the designer paper to go on the front, and as you can see, that lines makes that very nice on there. So what I'm going to do is try and put this together and decorate it so you guys can see what it is, what it's about, and if you like it, let me know, and I will be more than pleased to leave the link. As I said, if I can find it again, I will leave the link below, so you guys can go and get it. It was only a cheap one. I do believe it was around a £4 mark, so yes, not too bad at all considering what you can use it to make, and I'm sure there are lots of other things you can make with it as well. I will also attempt to make out of it what it was originally planned for. So all I'm going to do, I did cut in these corners a bit more than what they should do. They left them straight on there, but because I'm making the box with them, I didn't really want them to get all in the way of each other. So I've cut them back as far as I think I will need them, and then obviously it's just assembling the whole box together. So what I'm going to do, I think, would be easier to get the two side pieces first, and I'm going to lay that on there, and I'm going to glue the edge of this like so, and then turn that over as well, just make sure I've got the lines where I need them to be. So that can go on there, and then I'm just going to try and line that up as close as I can to the fold. It comes with its own score lines as well on there, guys, so you can fold it, burnish it. I did have a, that's it, just to get the extra little glue bits off. I'm just going to twist that round because I prefer to have it that side. Don't like doing things cack-handed, me. But I do have a tendency to confuse myself sometimes in which way they go. And again, I'm just going to lay that one down and try to stick that on there. Please excuse the state of my nails. I did have false nails on and I took them off yesterday. My God, what a hassle that was. But obviously I need to now sort them out. Right, so I put the two side pieces on. Let's just get rid of those little glue bits so it's not messy. Okay, so they will come up like that. And then the other two sides, I used the die again to cut these out, but I completely cut off these side bits to make the box because you've got the side flaps that will stick onto. So again, I'm going to lay these down because it just makes it a lot easier for myself. and put some glue on there, like so. Turn that over, and I'm going to try and line that up like so, and try and get that on there. Okay, and then also the one for this side. I didn't want to come on and show you the whole process of cutting the dies out, etc., because it would have been too long-winded, and you don't need to be sitting there patiently waiting while I'm doing it. So like that, put a good bonus down, take off the excess glue like so. Okay, so there's the box. Then these side flaps I'm going to stick up onto here. Is that going to be a problem with that piece? No, it's not. Okay, it's okay. Where this comes down here, I just wanted to make sure that the flap, when the box was made, that it sat in there nicely without the flap sticking out from this piece here. So I'm just going to glue this tab here, and just bring those two together like so. It's quite thick card I'm using, so I will have to hold this for a second so it doesn't ping open again. I think that should be okay. Again, with your little glue splodges, I just get, I think a dried out baby wipe is a lot better, just for taking off little glue splodges. We just go around the whole box like so, and stick the tabs together. Like that, and then we need to do this side, so I'm going to glue both of the tabs this side first, so I can get them both tucked in on that side. And on that side. Let's just try and get these both tucked in at the same time and stuck down where they should be. I know I have a little bit of a glue spillage, but I really wanted to try and get these edges of here stuck well. Obviously I don't want it being caught and coming undone. And then that side as well. There we go. So there is the little box. Okay, like so. Then with these pieces here, I'm just going to fold them where it's scored. Again, I've cut the extra flaps off here. I did make a bit of a walls up of it, because I used the die to cut these out. I then stuck the paper on and then realised these are going to go across here where the shorter piece is, so I had to just cut the tabs off across the top there. so they don't stick out further than the bits on the box. And then what I'm going to do is, where I put my lines on either side, I'm just going to glue these tabs and the one for the bottom as well. You don't have to leave the one along the bottom, but I think it just helps to hold it in place. It's not going to sort of wobble about backwards and forwards. Decide what piece you want for the front of your box, what thing you think looks best. I'm okay with this one. So just hold your flaps in carefully, and then line that up with your lines on the sides, like so. Oh, the light in here today is terrible. It's so dull out there. It's horrible. Right. Like so. And you can use your bone folder to get in there and just give that a push down so you know it's stuck in there properly. And again, I'm just going to wipe off any glue marks that should be in there. There we go. So there's the first piece there, and then we'll do the same with the next one. These are lovely ideas. They're very quick, very easy, you know. Also thinking that after Christmas you've got Valentine's Day coming up, you're going to have Mother's Day coming up. These would make lovely gifts for Mother's Day. Little recipe boxes and things. Very cute. And again, we're just going to stick that in there. Sorry, I'm going to have to tip this up for a moment because I can't see in this light today that's in here. It's absolutely awful where the line is that I need to be sticking them to. So all I done was measured out, obviously, on the card before it's all stuck together, the spaces that you would need, even spaces to put the other two pieces in, and then just draw a very faint line up the sides so you can actually see where you're going. That's it. And then again, just take off any little sticky glue marks. Use your bone folder and make sure that's down properly. Do the same on the sides as well. Right, going in, and just push them down and turn it over like so. So there we have it. There is your little box. Okay, and you've got your two compartments in there like so. So what this is going to be used for is a recipe box. You have got the recipe stamp, which I did show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to decorate the front of the box. I have stamped out and cut with the die some recipe cards. Okay, so you can see them. I've only done kind of like 4 for each one just for the sake of the video. I probably will need a lot more to go in here, depending on who you're going to give it to, I suppose, and how many recipes they have. If they love cooking and love trying out new things and, you know, want to save recipes and things, then you're going to need quite a lot of cards in each piece. You don't have to. I suppose in one way you could just get one of these and kind of stick it onto the front, I suppose, if you wanted to, if you would rather do something like that. So it says recipes. You could use the plain sides of it and you could write across there sort of like a starters main course and dessert, and you could stick them in now if you wanted to. But I've cut these out anyway, just some little leaves and some little flowers that I've done here as well to go on the front. I'm not too sure if you can see that, but I've just gone around the edge. I cut them out with a patterned paper, and I've just gone around the edge of the leaves with a silver highlighter just to highlight them a little bit. I'm going to move that to one side a second. Where's my mat? Got my mat here. I'm just going to very quickly mould these flowers a little piece, just to give it a bit more depth. Oh, I do apologise for the noise. I woke up with my head playing up again this morning. It's only just starting to go away, so please forgive me for lack of attention in this video. So on the back of the leaves there, and then on the other side to sort of bring the centre of the flower down and the leaves up. I find with this card that I use to print these papers and things out, it's only a 160 thickness on the card, the weight, sorry, so they're quite easy to mould like this. If you're using a thicker card to mould your flowers and things, then you would probably need a little spritzer bottle with a little bit of water in, just so you can mould your flowers a bit easier like that. So that's them done. Move that out of the way and bring this back in. So what I'm going to do is try to arrange this in a way. I think that is going to be too much. I think I'm going to cut this up actually, and then I can just use them how in the places where I want to use them. Woke up with a bit of a sniffly nose today as well, so not great. Never mind, we'll survive. Let's just round that one off a little bit more. Right, so let's have a look at this. I think we could put one there probably. I'm just going to sort of bend them up a little bit because I don't really want them laying flat against there. I think we'll have one now. Like so. That kind of gives me a little guide to where I want to put my first flowers. Because these flowers I've used out of the same paper that I put on the box, and for that reason I didn't want to waste any, so I used the same paper for the flowers and then just highlighted around the edge of the leaves so they would stand out. Just put these on here. I don't think it's actually going to need two. It doesn't want to stick in the place where I want it to. Come on, be good. Oh, always the way, isn't it, when you're filming? Let's have a look. I'm going to stick these. Yeah, I'm just going to stick that one under there. And I'm just going to bend the end of my leaves up so they're not laying flat against the box. Lift that one up out the way, and that one. I'll place that one in there and stick that down like so. So I'm not going to need these other pieces. I think that will be enough. Where are they? I've just got a little bag of flat back pearls. If I can open them. Why won't they open? Oh, there we go. Let's take one of them out. Put some glue in there. Where's my other pencil gone? Yeah, it's easy to pick it up with that. Implant that. Oh, gold. It's really not my day today. Nothing wants to work how I want it to. Sorry, bear with me a second, guys. Always the way when you're trying to film something as well, isn't it? Everything goes nice and smoothly all day, really, really lovely. The second you turn the camera on, things go wrong. There we go. So I just put that on there like that, just to pretty it up a little bit, so it's not so plain, the box. Let's put this glue away a second. I don't know if you guys have noticed with these glue bottles, if you don't use them regularly, they get really clogged up and are not very good. But I have noticed that if you put them in a bowl of hot soapy water, it unclogs them all and they work again very well. So don't be wasting time and money, you know, doing these things and throwing them away and etc. So we're going to put it in there, a few in there, and a few in the back there. Okay, so you'd have like a starters at the front, and you'd have your main course and your desserts at the back, just like so. Okay, so that's all I wanted to come on and share with you today, guys. I think they're really sweet, they're really easy, they're really cute. You can make them as long as you want. You can double these up so you've got like one either side if you wanted to. You know, you can put little corners and things on them. You can put fancy little feet on them, whatever you like really. But it's very quick, very easy. As you can see, we're only on half hour now and that's done. As long as you've got everything prepared and prepped, you know, it doesn't take long at all. So thanks for watching today, guys. And there's my recipe one, and there's the one with the addresses in. So yeah, again, thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.